99% of men never hear this. Within the first hour of waking up, your body either sets you up for strong, lasting performance or quietly chips away at it. Every morning, your choices decide whether your circulation sharpens or stalls, whether your reflexes stay quick or slow, whether your confidence rises or fades. Many men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond wake up feeling drained, stiff, and disconnected from the man they once were. You know something's changed. Energy lags, drive weakens, and intimacy feels more like a memory than a rhythm. A landmark Harvard study revealed over 80% of performance issues trace back to circulation, not low testosterone or aging. And where does this blockage often begin? With tiny, overlooked habits in your first waking hour, habits you can change starting today. I'm Dr. Catherine Rakra, a men's health specialist with over 20 years of experience helping thousands of men reignite their vitality. In this video, I'll share a simple 4-step morning routine. No pills, no expensive gadgets, just proven steps to flood your system with oxygen, balance key hormones, and sharpen your reflexes. If you stay with me until the end, I'll reveal one little-known adjustment that helped a 64-year-old patient regain consistent performance and full confidence in just 7 days. If you care about your strength, circulation, and confidence, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. This channel is your go-to space for real men's health solutions that work. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments, are you ready to start fresh? Type yes if you're in. If not, type no, so I know what you're looking for. Let's cut through the biggest myth about male vitality right away. Your manhood depends on healthy circulation. Every signal, every response, every rise in confidence begins with your blood vessels' ability to open, flow, and deliver nutrients. When that process weakens, your vitality suffers. The issue is restricted blood flow caused by something called endothelial dysfunction. This happens when the inner lining of your blood vessels stops working properly. Less nitric oxide is released, arteries stiffen, and blood can't move the way it used to. That's when symptoms start: lower drive, sluggish energy, weaker reflexes. Worse, most men are given pills that mask symptoms instead of fixing the root cause. Let me tell you about Joe, one of my longtime patients. He's 68 and came to me quietly embarrassed. His words were simple: I don't feel like me anymore. He felt distant from his wife, missing the spark, the connection, the pride. He said it felt like his body was shutting the door on him. After just 3 weeks of targeted circulatory work, starting with a specific morning routine, Joe came back with color in his face. I feel present again, he told me. Alive, capable. That's when I knew he wasn't alone. Multiple studies show morning activity boosts nitric oxide release, improves blood vessel function, and helps reverse endothelial dysfunction, even in later years. There's something even more serious to consider. Erectile dysfunction doesn't just impact intimacy, it often appears 3 to 5 years before heart disease. What's happening down there is a powerful signal of what's happening in your cardiovascular system. Research shows that by your 60s, blood vessel dilation can drop by more than 50%. A healthy man in his 20s has 7 to 8% flow dilation. By 60, that drops to 3 to 4%. That's not a minor dip, it's a biological slowdown. Desire alone won't restore function. You can have all the motivation in the world, but if your blood flow can't deliver, nothing happens. Think of it like a firefighter ready to put out a fire. If the hose is kinked or the water pressure is weak, it doesn't matter how willing he is, he can't do the job. That's why men who focus only on boosting libido often end up frustrated. The core issue is circulation. Blood vessels can repair. Endothelial cells, responsible for releasing nitric oxide, respond quickly to the right stimulus, especially in the morning. Mornings are critical because your hormones are more active, cortisol naturally rises, and blood vessels are more responsive. Research shows certain morning habits can raise nitric oxide levels by 21% in just weeks, leading to better blood flow, reflexes, and sexual response naturally. Nitric oxide is your body's master switch for circulation, telling arteries when to open and how much pressure to maintain. Without it, everything slows. By age 70, nitric oxide levels can drop by up to 75%. But that decline can be reversed. Studies confirm you can restore nitric oxide through targeted movement, breathing, and natural compounds, all part of the 4-step routine I'll share. Before we get to the steps, hear this clearly: real change starts with how you think. If you've accepted decline as inevitable, you've already surrendered. What you do in the morning either wakes up your circulation or pushes it further into decline. For men over 60, this window is critical. Most men unknowingly make choices that cause damage before the day begins. Dr. Michael Harrison, a respected internist with decades of practice, shared a story that stuck with me. For over 30 years, his mornings were the same: roll out of bed, sip coffee, eat toast, take a fast shower, and rush to work. By 62, he felt wiped out by noon. His mental clarity faded, his drive dipped, and he assumed it was just aging. After reviewing his habits and labs, the truth hit him: his morning routine was working against him. He wasn't supporting his blood vessels or hormones, he was robbing his own energy. Your body is wired to respond strongly to the morning hours. Between 6 and 9 a.m., testosterone peaks, cortisol regulates alertness and metabolism, and blood vessels respond better to nitric oxide. Your body is primed to perform, but only with the right input. Studies show morning health interventions are up to 3 times more effective than later in the day because your body is ready to respond. But what does a typical morning look like for many men? Eyes open, grab the phone. A screen full of news or messages disrupts your cortisol rhythm. Then it's straight to the kitchen, coffee on an empty stomach, maybe a sugary pastry, or nothing at all. No water, no real fuel. Then you sit at a desk, in a car, or on the couch. This creates a quiet disaster. Blood stays thick from overnight dehydration. Stress hormones spike from screens and caffeine. Processed food or no food triggers inflammation, and sitting keeps your system stagnant. Your heart works harder to push thicker blood, vessels constrict, testosterone gets blocked by stress chemistry, and nitric oxide can't activate. This hormonal and vascular crash follows you all day, affecting not just energy but your manhood. Let's look at what happens when you shift those habits. Gordon, 66, an accountant, had quiet, rushed mornings, coffee, emails, quick breakfast, then to his desk. He felt worn out before lunch and disconnected from his partner at night. We changed for things. He stepped outside for 10 minutes of morning sunlight, did 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing, stretched his legs and hips, and ate a protein-rich breakfast. Within 3 weeks, Gordon woke up naturally, no alarm needed. His energy stayed consistent, his drive strengthened, his relationship improved, and his mood steadied. His testosterone rose by 18%, and inflammatory markers dropped by 30%. Small, targeted changes made the difference. You don't need a complete overhaul, an hour at the gym, or to meditate on a mountaintop. You just need the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking to work for you. That window is your body's most responsive time, and the benefits build daily. Now, let's walk through the 4-step morning routine. It's simple, quick, and most men notice a difference within 7 days. Each step builds on the next, creating a compound effect. That jumpstarts testosterone, nitric oxide, and metabolic balance. First, get morning sunlight exposure. Spend 10 to 15 minutes outside within an hour of waking. Skip sunglasses and avoid windows. Direct exposure matters. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light exceeds 10,000 lux compared to 300 indoors. This light flips on your brain's master clock, sensing testosterone, cortisol, and melatonin. It also stimulates nitric oxide release from your skin and blood vessels, boosting circulation where it counts. One study showed men with consistent early sunlight increased testosterone by up to 25% in 2 weeks. For double the benefit, combine it with light walking or stretching to signal your system to circulate oxygen-rich blood. Next, practice diaphragmatic breathing. Dedicate 5 minutes to slow belly breaths at 5 per minute. Lie down or sit comfortably. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds. Hold for 2, exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds, and repeat. Your belly should rise, not your chest, to know you're breathing from the diaphragm. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system, calming your heart, lowering blood pressure, and reducing cortisol, which blocks testosterone. It also boosts nitric oxide in your nasal passages and lungs, expanding blood vessels by up to 20% and improving oxygen delivery. This sets a calm, steady tone for blood flow, hormone balance, and mental focus. If you have blood pressure concerns, check with your doctor first.